Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today you have your weekly replay video. Live reaction as is usual on this channel. If you're new here and you don't know what's going on, this is a live reaction replay. I haven't seen what happens in this battle beforehand, so you get my genuine reactions as we go through this battle. I have an idea of what happens, but I don't know exactly how the events will play out, if you will. And the subject of today's video is Stick and the Yoshinos, making sure I got his name correctly, because he is with two of his friends, Boo and the Goliath, and then Hoomst is in the FDR, the Mr. Wolf. Oh yeah, right there. So they are in a division. They are on Mountain Range, one of my has to be least favorite maps in the game, and it is the CV game in Arms Race. And this is the first time I think I've seen Arms Race with the new UI. So very interesting looking there, rather than the big words at the top of the window there. But we have that nice little icon with the countdown timer. All right. So also interesting too, we have two of probably the least popular, shall we say, CVs on each team. We have the FDR that Wolf is in on the friendly team, and then the Nakimov on the enemy team. That is, yeah, two CVs I'm not really that big of a fan of. FDR, granted, she's kind of not really aged that well. She got hit pretty hard with the Nerf bat. Nakimov, on the other hand, got some small nerfs, but she still goes strong. Stick does also seem to be an enjoyer of the wide field of view setting, rather than myself, that I like to, stare at the ship model because caveman brain sometime. So, since this is Arms Race mode at the moment, what's really important is the friendly DDs have to, well, put themselves in harm's way, go out there, get those buffs, and secure the advantage for the friendly team. Arms Race works by you essentially collecting buffs that improves the characteristics of your ship. Then after a certain amount of time, a key area appears in the middle, and you have to capture that, and that gives you a huge influx of points. And typically whoever captures that first, they tend to win right away. Well, typically whoever gets the most buffs, of course, naturally is going to have a huge advantage in the game. They have buffs like reload buffs, HP buffs, heal buffs, where you constantly are getting healed for the duration of the match once you collect those buffs, so forth and so on. Looks like the enemy team's definitely picking up the lead here with buffs. They have a reload buff and an HP buff going on. And the enemy Groningen detonates the friendly Yugamo, but thankfully the friendly Tirpitz manages to pick up the Groningen. So, thankfully a fair trade there, with RNG absolutely just saying screw you to the friendly team with that detonation right off the bat. So, Stick's over here looking at the enemy in North Carolina, the Amalfi's trying to farm at North Carolina. The North Carolina is being a little bit enthusiastic, shall we say, and pushing up way too early in the game. Now, the Yoshino, the ship that he's in the Tier 10 Japanese super large, whatever we're calling them nowadays, cruiser, the Yoshino. A ship that's good at, well, what you see here. Sitting in the back, HE spamming and farming. And definitely situations like this, we have this North Carolina that's a little overzealous. He's pushed up too far too quickly. Yoshino can, as you see, make very quick work of that ship with its great Japanese HE, with the amazing HE alpha and the high fire chance. There's another fire on the North Carolina. North Carolina does damage con it, smartly saving his damage con for 3 fires. But as you can see, Stick has also mastered the art of using the 2 key. Friendly Goliath gets him. So he has swapped over to H. Oh, look at that! Yoshino tanking the North Carolina rounds. Wow. So he swapped over to AP when the North Carolina ship in broadside, because Yoshino's AP does hurt. If you have the flat broadside of a target, absolutely throw OP in the tubes and nuke that ship. Now, Brain wouldn't nuke North Carolina, though there's North Carolina. Probably would have chunked him easily for 10k-ish there if most of his shells landed. Enemy Nakimov taking out the friendly Groningen there. So friendly team's down 2 DDs, which is a big loss to take in the opening minutes of the Arms race mode. Up, get some shots out there. And the Amalfi gets a couple of pins, no fires. Did dump his 20-kilometer torpedoes towards the general direction of the Azuma. Sorry, of the Vampire 2. Turning his gun toward the Vampire 2, going after the DD. Is a very smart man here. And granted, he is 16 kilometers away, and as good as the Yoshino's guns are, that's a bit of a stretch for the Yoshino, especially if the ground is paying attention. Now, ooh, Des Moines took a big hit there, and friendly Burgon absolutely removes the Harlem, getting a death strike in the process. So, trades seem to be going fairly even so far. Enemy team is up on buffs. Friendly team is up on points because they managed to secure a battleship on top of the cruiser in DD that they have knocked out. Also notice, too, I just realized that the division that Stick is in, he's with like Goliath. Talk about a lot of HE power there. And then the Roosevelt 2 with its carpet bombs. This is quite the let's burn it down division, shall we say. Malfi's pushing into the buff. Try to pick up the HP buff. He did have AP in the tubes there. Ooh, this should be a kill here. Very nice Citadel on the Amalfi, but the Azuma and the Nakamura take out the Turpix and the Ignacio respectively. So again, very close game here. 4 ships down on both sides, and both teams just picked up quite a few buffs. Enemy team has a healing buff, 2 HP buffs, a reload buff, and a damage buff. Friendly team has the HP buff, reload buff, and a damage buff. That healing buff is such an important one to grab early on, because man, if your team just has constant healing in a game like World of Warships, where, like for instance here, this Hizen's probably about to go down on the western flank if I had to guess, and then all those ships over there, they're going to be able to basically take their time sailing over to the east to meet the friendly team, and all that time they're getting constant healing, and ships that normally don't get healing, like certain cruisers and DDs, nice dodge there, Stick, like cruisers and DDs, they get healing. And that's such a big up for them, especially a DD. Man, I really do not mind at all being a DD in this mode that normally doesn't have a heal, and getting that heal, that you get to be so much more aggressive with your plays. His is not looking too good out west, down to 5k, 3, yeah, no, he's going down here in a second. FDR does manage to take out the enemy Des Moines, but the enemy enemy Azuma does pick up the friendly Hizen. So yet again, enemy team's down 5 ships, friendly team is down 5 ships. A rare close match, ladies and gentlemen. Nakamov, however, is coming into gun range. Ooh, just tucked in behind that island. However, Stick can get around. He can... Ooh, wait. Oh. Terrain indicator says he can make the shot. Myself, I wouldn't trust terrain indicator, because that crap lies so much. However, I wonder, the Nakamov isn't that well armored. It did make it over the island, and 3 pins? Yeah, nice hit there. 3 ricochets, though, but does have to be spotted to be able to get the lock on. So, enemy team is completely done with the western flank. Friendly team is completely sunk out there. Friendly eastern flank managed to take out the enemy eastern flank. So now these 2 flanks are going to converge in the middle and fight for the center point. Again, both with an even number of ships down, but the enemy team definitely has the advantages with the buffs. Shizhong dumped his deepwater torps out west, and he might pick up that Alsace there. That Alsace isn't paying attention. Looks like Stick is going pretty hard after this Nakamov, which, I mean, definitely, if you can't get the enemy CV out, do it. But let's see if he can catch him with his pants down over here. He is spotted, though, so the CV knows he's coming over here. Holland eats a torpedo there from the Nakamov, which, well, sucks for him. The Nakamov torpedoes, their grouping is so tight that when you approach the ship from the front, it's very difficult to dodge those torpedoes. Burgon takes out the enemy Alsace, shows him who's the better Alsace there. Nakamov is still sitting broadside. Looks like his engines are up by the smoke coming out of his smokestack. Oh, 53k! Nice salvo there on the Nakamov, Stick. I'm guessing autopilot just screwed this man over. Alright, so this should be a dead Nakamov here. 53k. That's got to be one of the biggest rolls I've seen in a Yoshino. There we go. Sit on the Nakamov, secure his 2nd kill, and get general offensive for his division. So that's a big pickup for the friendly team there. Not having to deal with the Nakamov, one of the most busted things in the game still at the moment. Alright, so Schlieffen's broadside launches his AP out at him. Ooh, this should be a good chunk here. If you manage to nab his upper belt, and pretty decent. 1 shell, 1 overpin for 4,000 damage. Let's see. So what we got? Stalingrad's going super wide. That's not good. Don't want a Stalingrad on your side. The friendly Roosevelt is going to the islands for hiding Shizongs, probably just dumping torpedoes at the Stalingrad as often as he can. Burgon and Holland are up front of Stick here with a Cherbourg out to Stick's southwest. Well, now is west-west. So, again, very close game so far, within 100 points of each other at the moment. Now, that Vampire 2's in the cap, so he's obviously going to contest the cap. That's a difficult thing to deal with, because, again, enemy DDs have the advantage at the moment because they have more out. Dumped his torpedoes at the Changmu. Changmu slams on the brakes, manages to dodge the HE shells. Another thing, too, no radars up on the friendly side. Enemy team still has the Stalingrad. Granted, he's out of range of the DD at the moment, but that's still available to the enemy team. Burgon, man, as much as I love the Burgon, armor's not that great, has tier 9 HP, and there he goes. So, Burgon down, again, neck and neck with the ships here. Ooh, Schlieffen, broadside, uh-oh, torpedoes. Let's see, can he dodge again? Looks like he's committed to his outward turn. He slammed the brakes on. Let's see. Okay, granted, those are their Schlieffen torps, so they are incredibly slow, as we can see here. Ooh, Vampire 2, it's not looking so good. The FDR did give him a little present there, but it looks like he will escape. And again, keep in mind, he has that healing buff going on. There's a healing buff available to the friendly team, but I mean, all assets are now focused on trying to deal with the enemy team. Oh, and the Vampire 2 guns down the Shizong? Oh boy. Okay, that's not good. That's not good at all. Okay. So, Schlieffen is still running away for some reason, though he's at over half health, and, well, he has the healing buff going on. There's a Changmu again, 10 kilometers out. Holland looks like he's trying to move into position, but also is trying to hold into the cap. Okay, Boo hasn't moved into the cap, and it's Goliath now, and he's also opening up on the Stalingrad. Definitely bound Stalingrad. I would definitely focus him down. It's like Stick and Boo are doing that, because Stalingrad, now that he's bow in, he either has to stay bow when he has to show him broadside, and Yoshino's guns, even the Goliath's guns, hell, are more than capable of punishing the Stalingrad broadside if he does turn broadside. Are they going to citadel him? No, but they're going to chunk the living crap out of him if the man does decide to go broadside. That's why it's so important that you have to decide when you're going to commit to going bow in. Granted, this situation with these ships being in cap, they do need to put pressure on them. And that's what the Vampire 2 is doing by sitting in cap and contesting it. And it looks like, okay, no, he's out of cap now for the moment because his health is so low. But again, they have that heal going on, so he's going to be able to heal up a bit and then come back into cap. So, Stick is putting in the work here. Ooh, I thought that was going to be a lot worse from the Stalingrad. Putting the work here, kiting out, playing with his throttle just a little bit to throw off the Stalingrad shells, and they've managed to burn a good chunk of HP off of that Stalingrad. Vampire 2, 14k, he can't get his guns on him just yet, ever so close, manages to possibly sneak maybe the front 2 turrets around. Whoa, looks like he got maybe 3 shells out on him. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, does hit him though, nicely done. Azuma is, shoot, way out there. He's still at almost full health. That Schlieffen, I'm worried about that Schlieffen. She was going to come around and probably face check that Cherbourg. And man, they do have a heal up, but you know, at this point, you know, you gotta keep the cap contested, because if those guys get the cap, the points you get, it's 10 points every let's say every 2 seconds. It's just such an insane pouring in of points that you don't want to give that up. All right, so the FDR has given the Stalingrad something to think about now. Looks like he did cause the flooding, and I'm guessing that Stalingrad did stop the flooding. So now his damage con's off a cooldown, and you know what Stick's got here? AP. Because he knows how to use his 2 key. Okay, come on, vibe check the Stalingrad. Do it, do it, do it. Nice! 20k. Double Citadel there on the Stalingrad. 172,000 damage done so far. And there's a strike team achievement for Stick in his division. Alright, so now it's 4 on 5 at the moment. But still, no one has the center cap. Holland is now gone for the HP buff. And the RNG Lords have blessed the friendly team by putting 2 healing buffs on their side of the map. But again, if they go for it and someone sticks into that cap, that's kind of it. So now with the threat of those Stalingrad guns gone, and with the Azuma and Schlieffen having just kited to who the hell knows where, the middle cap's completely open. This is something that I see happen a lot too in game. Kiting, turning out, running, trying to get the enemy to follow you and bait them in. Yeah, it works. But so many times, so many ships just run for the hills and never look back. So now that, oh man, Chungmu gets to Sherberg with his torps. So 4-4 now. Grand with the CV supporting the friendly side. But so many ships, they just run. And they don't look back. And they don't realize that, hey, I'm so far away that if my team needs me at the cap now, it's going to take me minutes to get back. And that's obviously not great. So it's like Chungmu's going for the cap now, but he can't really sit still because that FDR will absolutely dumpster him. Norton, I swear I deleted you off of my computer like 4 or 5 times now, and now you're ruining my replays. God, like, I don't know, I go to delete it, it says it deletes it, but it keeps popping up the most inopportune times. I apologize for that. Alright, so there's Schlieffen. See, look at that, 20 kilometers away, way the hell out of the fight. And like Schlieffen, yes, it's fast. He can probably recover from this a bit, but other ships that aren't that fast can't do that because Schlieffen is like a 35 knot top speed. Okay, Azuma too. Okay, so they're coming back in, but by the time these guys get there, again, the friendly team's gonna be able to get into the cap. Whereas if these guys were closer, they could have turned around and pushed. And since the friendly team had pushed so far away, high caliber and Confederate for stick, they could have pushed in and pushed them even further out. So in the case of who was closer to the cap, it looks like the friendly team is going to be the ones that, well, were and are. Alright, so get some shots out at the Azuma. It doesn't connect because the island is between them. Alright, friendly team is taking the cap now at this point. So, get 4-4 with the CV advantage to the friendly team. Oh, he does have Fearless Brawl. Look at that. Fearless Brawl on the Yoshino. My man. That is most certainly a skill to have on the Yoshino. Alright, so Schlieffen is occupied with the Goliath and the FDR. So they have gone absolutely red-eyed for the FDR because CV bad. And granted, again, if you can get the CV out, definitely. And definitely that's a huge advantage that the friendly team has. So if they can get the CV out, which they just did, now it's 3-on-4, no CV advantage to the friendly team. Although both the Holland and Stick here have dumped their torpedoes at the Schlieffen. So let's see if it plays off. Oh man, and the Goliath's down too. So it's 2-on-4 now, ladies and gents. With the Yoshino. Oh, and a battleship still being up. That's not good. Yoshino's armor, as I'm sure most of you are aware, is not great. So the Schlieffen 16-inch guns are more than capable of... Vampire! Hello! Okay, FDR manages to get the Schlieffen down with his last flight. Vampire pumps the brakes, but falls right into the line of fire for Stick's guns. There we go. General offensive, coordinated attack. Now we're down to 2-on-2. Yoshino versus Azuma versus Chungmu and a Holland. There goes the deep water torpedoes from the Chungmu. Okay, 11k to the nose of the Azuma. So no one's captured the center point yet at this point. Oh, he's going out. Oh yeah, because the FDR planes are still up. Stick's got AP loaded up, waiting for the turn. Chunks 10k off of the Azuma with his HE. Azuma, let's see. AP to the superstructure. Would that be enough with the FDR planes? There we go. Kraken unleashed for Stick. Now it's Chungmu versus Holland. However, these FDR planes, there's one plane left. And, well, the Chungmu, I'd imagine, is just going to hug that island. Now, granted, if he just stays there, and that doesn't mean Stick's teams has a huge advantage. So it looks like the FDR is actually going to do the smart thing. He's just going to fly over him and spot him. Probably flying just outside of the man's AA range to spot him. Yoshi down, by the way, 19k. Although he is picking up another heal here. So now the friendly team has all 3 heals going for him. So let's see. Are they going to just push him? Or are they going to just say, like, hey, we can wait it out? Ooh, man. FDR nails him down to 7k HP. So when your planes do... when your carriage does get destroyed, your planes do have a timer until they are just done. It's about 2-ish minutes, so I'd imagine his planes are probably about done. So he said, rather than just waste this and have my planes do nothing, we're going to go ahead and try to land a strike on them, which works. So let's see how they deal with this Chungmu. Looks like he's just going to push around, which I would definitely do. The HE and the Yoshino is definitely good enough to just vibe check the Chungmu out of existence. Although the Chungmu, I mean, if he can get a lucky torpedo strike out here, he can get Stick's Yoshino, but nah. Looks like he's go for the open water gunboat strategy until he dumped the smoke screen there at the end. Now, granted, Stick is low. He does have the HP. I'm sorry, the repair booster going, but he is low. Let's see. Can he nab kill number 6 here real quick? Oh, nice! 3 pins. Will the torpedoes get him? No! Time! No, 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 no. No, no, no. Let him get the kill. No, 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 no! Oh, that torpedo. Oh, okay. So if you guys are watching that, right where that torpedo was going is where the shots originated from. I'm convinced that torpedo would hit that Chamu. Man would have had 6 kills there at the end. But sadly, the timer decides that, you know what? We're not going to allow that to happen. But anyway, excellent game there from Stick. And such a rare, good, close game all the way through. No side had a huge advantage one way or the other. Nice close game through and through. And look at all the achievements the man got here. Of course, got Kraken, Fireproof. You got Dreadnought in Yoshino. Confederate and High Caliber, Coordinated Strike, and the Division Kraken, and the other strike team, and I think they got 2 coordinated strikes there actually. So yeah, man had a 2,700, almost a 3,000 base XP game. So Stick, excellent round, my guy. Thanks you so much for sending it in, and you guys in the comment section let him know what you think about his replay. If you have a replay you would like to send in, check out the email link in the description down below. Also, if you are on Discord, you can DM me your replays on Discord. Might find yourself here next week for our weekly replay video. So hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful Wednesday and a wonderful rest of your week. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 50,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for that. Again, hope you guys have a wonderful week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.